University of Juba graduates over 3,000 students at its 27th graduation ceremony. Anti-smuggling unit intercepts undeclared goods at Foggy border. And South Sudan Football Federation enters into $250,000 partnership with Tristar. Hello and welcome to SSBC 1 p.m. News, coming to live in the national capital, Juba, with me, Abraham Aken. We thank you all for joining us. We begin our news this afternoon with the country's prestigious academic learning institution, the University of Juba, graduating over 3,000 students from various fields of specialization, including education, medicines, and security studies, among others. The 27th graduation ceremony marks a significant step towards eradicating illiteracy rate in the country, as the number of graduates increase annually. Vice President for Service Cluster Josephine Joseph Lagu and the World Bank Group Country Manager for South Sudan, Charles Handelan, engaged in an extensive discussion on strengthening the country's health and education sectors. Handelan reaffirms the World Bank's continued commitment to supporting the country's education and health sectors. Vice President reassured the group of the government's dedication to collaborations aimed at improving service delivery.
We talked about many things, primarily about the World Bank Group partnership with South Sudan, particularly in the health and education sectors. I underlined a few things, and we definitely did agree around the importance of the government of South Sudan meeting its commitments to provide the services, to be providing health and education services. The government of South Sudan has committed to co-finance a project that is financed by the World Bank and several others, delivering basic primary health care across the country. It needs to meet those obligations, and she, of course, recognized the issue and confirmed her readiness to be engaging and indeed having the government follow through on its commitments.
The Minister of Finance and Planning, Dr. Barnabe Cholbak, and UK Ambassador David Ashley have discussed economic cooperation in different sectors. The discussion centered on the implementation process of the public financial management reforms and resumption of regular oversight PFM committee meetings currently co-chaired by both Finance Minister and the British Ambassador. Bak figures out key priority areas for is focus, including implementation of biometric system, improve revenue collections, advantage with development partners and international financial institutions, boost food production, and increase investment in agriculture, among others.
We discussed the importance of transparency, and so we look forward to seeing the budget execution reports for the last 2 years. And we also emphasised the importance of increasing the proportion of the budget which goes to essential services such as health and education. We discussed the Public Financial Management Oversight Committee, of which I'm a co-chair together with the Honourable Minister, and we re-emphasised the commitment of the UK and Norway to the PFMOC, provided that we see progress in both in the effectiveness and the transparency of use of.
The National Committee for Abyei's final status, chaired by the Minister of East African Community Affairs, Piang Deng Kwol, discussed the mechanisms for addressing challenges in deciding the final status of Abyei amid international engagements. The meeting being attended by the Ministers of Foreign Affairs and International Cooperation and of Defense and Veteran Affairs enabled the members to introduce themselves.
We have just concluded the meeting of the Abyei High-Level Committee. This committee was appointed by His Excellency the President to dialogue with Sudan on the final status of Abyei. The purpose of this meeting today was an introductory meeting chaired by the Deputy Chairperson of the committee, Honorable General Yang Deng, and the meeting was also attended by other senior members, the Minister of Defense and Veterans Affairs, the Minister of Foreign Affairs, and other committee.
Turning to humanitarian matters, humanitarian authorities have taken a proactive step to enhance disaster risk reduction, climate resilience, and anticipatory action across South Sudan by signing a landmark memorandum of understanding with the German company. SSBC's Dutak Pinjok reports.
Through this agreement, both Ministry and World Tunga reaffirmed their shared commitment to advancing disaster preparedness, improving early warning and early action system, and strengthening national and subnational anticipatory action mechanisms. The MOU also aims to promote stronger and more inclusive coordination between the government, humanitarian partners, and local communities. In a statement upon signing the document, the Undersecretary of the Ministry, Dr. Denis Marial Morwil, commended World Tunga for its steadfast dedication to supporting inclusive and coordinated strategies to address humanitarian challenges across the country.
I would also like to acknowledge the role you have played in strengthening national and subnational anticipatory action system, agriculture and livelihoods enhancement in the country, fostering inclusive coordination mechanisms between the government, communities, and all partners in the Republic of South Sudan. The Ministry of Humanitarian Affairs and Disaster Management would like to assure you of its unwavering support and cooperation in implementing the memorandum that we have just signed. I would like to encourage World Tunga to continue and increase their operation in South Sudan.
Bushai Deng, the Deputy Country Director of World Tunga, stressed that the partnership is designed to booster resilience and empower vulnerable communities in the country.
The objective of that is that we would like to strengthen our operations, or we would like to formally acknowledge our cooperation with the ministry. If I give back a bit about the history of where we from, we can mostly refer to Zambia because it's a long name. Equatoria is a German-based NGO. It is our headquarters in Bonn. Our main aim, as you can see from our tagline here, we are working for a world without hunger. That's many people might think we are just, how to get a world without hunger. It's a steps and there's a process.
The partnership underscored the government's resolve to confront humanitarian challenges head-on amid ongoing flooding and the influx of returnees and refugees from Sudan. Dutak Pinjok.
We now go for a break and we will be back with more stories in a couple of minutes. Please do stay with us. Welcome back from that short break, and in case you have just joined us, this is SSBC 1 p.m. News coming to life in the national capital, Juba, with me, Abraham Aken. Now, gender authorities in collaboration with the AU Special Envoy's Office have commemorated 25 years of UN Security Council Resolution 1 12,325, underscoring the need for the action to speed up protection of women and children from any harm. But Simon Godo reports.
This Silver Jubilee is marked under the theme Homegrown Solution, Women-Led Peacekeeping Hope Alive. The National Minister of Health and Acting Minister of Gender, Child and Social Welfare, Sarah Kilito, fortified the pillars of United Nations Security Council Resolution 1325, which focus on women's space on protection, participation, prevention, and relief and recovery.
We continue to demand peace, drive reconciliation, and uphold families and communities. Our rightful place is at the center of nation building.
The special envoy of the chairperson of African Union Commission on Women, Peace and Security, Liberator Mulamula, advocates for the rights and participation of women and children in conflict prevention, resolutions making, and peace building.
Not about observing progress, it is about elevating the perspective of the women who live these realities every day and ensuring their voices directly shape the AU priorities and actions going forward.
Justice Epia Owuru, member of the panel of the WISE and chairperson Premier WISE Africa, calls for perfection of inclusion through engaging with women and leaders at grassroots to ensure women's voices are heard in peace and security sustainability process.
Inclusion is not symbolic, it is necessary. Peace processes are stronger when women help shape designs, budgeting, implementation, and oversight.
The representative of the African Union Mission in South Sudan, Abduweli Muhammad Ali, calls for developing strong partnership with the African Union member states, regional economic communities, and civil society organizations to strengthening implementation of women, peace, and security agenda in South Sudan.
These issues must be addressed based on homegrown solutions and taking the needs and priorities of South Sudanese women into consideration.
Through this commemoration, the Office of the African Union Special Envoy on Women, Peace and Security displays solidarity with South Sudan to share best practices. Abate Simon Godo, SABC News, Juba.
The Ministry of General Education and Instruction has concluded a week-long inter-school debates hosted to mark the World Children's Day. The occasion was celebrated at Juba Day Secondary School under the theme, My Day, My Right to Inclusive Education, bringing together a total of 17 schools from nursery, primary, and secondary to discuss a range of topics regarding the importance of education to the children. SSBC's Idris Stephen reports.
It was fire and fury at Juba Day Secondary School as pupils and students from both nursery, primary, and secondary school faced each other in a heated debate to showcase their talents on World Children's Day, tackling topics on climate change and cultural practices hindering education for children.
Many cultures believe that boys are the future of the households. They are going to be the future bread makers, they're going to be the future breadwinners, and they're going to earn for the household, while they see girls as future wives and future mothers.
Climate change is affecting the environment, health, economy, and future generations. My first point of argument is based on learning loss and reduced concentration. High temperatures impair memory, attention, and cognitive processing, which directly leads to lowering of academics.
A total of 17 schools participated in the debate, and as the results were announced by a panel of judges, St. Daniel Comboni Secondary School emerged the winner for secondary category, St. Lawrence Academy won for primary category, and Jude Nursery School won for the nursery category.
My appreciation also goes to my teachers. You have seen your results. You have planted the seeds. And that is why when I see the debating going on, I was not smiling from my heart. Because we are going ahead. Where the children, there is future.
The Director for Basic and Secondary Education at the Ministry, Reverend David Lawela, said, with the continuous host of debates across all schools, South Sudan will not be the same again as the future is certain.
This debate shows us that South Sudan has a good or a better future, as I've seen today here. And I'm sure this country, South Sudan, will not be the same because of you.
And the Director for Education in Central Equatoria State, Peter Ladutombe, expressed his gratitude for the learners, saying debate encourages constructive ways of solving issues logically, urging them to keep up the debate momentum.
Seeing how serious you debated, and the spirit, I like it, very constructive debate, not destructive debate. And this is the spirit that I've learned today from you. Continue with that spirit.
I'm so impressed with the quality of the debates, the quality of the interactions, and that's what it's all about, because today is about you.
During the event, winners were awarded golden trophies, medals and scholastic materials as they celebrate their achievements with rhythmical music and comedy. Eddie Stephen, SSBC News.
The newly appointed governor of Central Equatoria State, Emmanuel Hadil Anthony, chairs an extended sitting of the state cabinet, which includes ministers and advisors. In the sitting on Thursday, Governor Emmanuel Hadil Anthony briefed the cabinet on policy direction to his administration as he assumed office. In a statement to SSBC after the sitting, the Minister of Information and Communication, Nyarsuk Patrick Jemi, says the governor emphasized on his commitment with political parties or signatories to the 2018 peace agreement to deliver services to the population in the state.
The governor emphasized on his commitment to work with all stakeholders who are signatories to the RXS agreement, to the RXS in Central Equatoria State, regardless of their political parties. He also emphasized on the parties to commit themselves into the implementation of this agreement, because it is the only way to the peace agreement and for our communities, our counties, and our administrative payam to have a peace that will have an impact to the people of Central Equatoria State. The governor gave his policy direction on what the government of Central Equatoria is going to follow.
The South Sudan Revenue Authority's anti-smuggling unit has intercepted 2 trucks transporting undeclared goods from Uganda, uncovering raw tobacco and mattresses concealed under bags of maize flour. SSBC's Emmanuel Patrick Lacour reports.
The anti-smuggling unit of the South Sudan Revenue Authority has intercepted 2 trucks transporting undeclared goods from Uganda into South Sudan through the Abyei border point. The confiscation was confirmed on Wednesday by the Deputy Commissioner for Compliance and Enforcement, Colonel Joseph Wani Lako. He said the anti-smuggling team acted on suspicion on the 17th of this month and decided to stop and inspect the 2 trucks. Upon offloading and verification at the anti-smuggling unit headquarters in Juba, authorities discovered that the trucks, which the trader falsely claimed were carrying maize flour, were in fact transporting raw tobacco, shisha, and mattresses, items not declared at the border point.
During the verification process, the 2 trucks, one of it was carrying shisha equivalent to 820 cartons, and the other one was carrying 1,200 cartons, making a total of 2,000 cartons. The trader disguised that actually he was importing maize flour, But on the point of declaration, he declared that actually the items that we are carrying, he did not declare the hidden item, which is sisa.
Officials say the goods have been seized as investigations continue into the individuals involved. The incident highlights the ongoing challenges customs officers face in combating illegal trade and ensuring compliance with customs regulations. On his part, Moboriman Edward, the Assistant Commissioner for the Anti-smuggling Unit, emphasized that the team remains active and vigilant. He said operations like this will continue until smuggling is minimized or completely eliminated.
We did investigation, and after offloading, we discovered indeed our suspicions were not only just a mere suspicion, but we proved that it is. And so the message here is the anti-smuggling unit is alive, and we're going to carry more of such operations, and this operation will only finish when smuggling stops, if not minimized.
Authorities say the seized items will undergo further assessment and the suspects involved will face legal and administrative procedures in accordance with South Sudan's customs and revenue laws. The anti-smuggling unit is also planning intensified border patrols and increased inspections to prevent similar incidents in the coming weeks. Reporting for SSBC, I'm Emmanuel Patrick, Juba, South Sudan.
As Foundation, in partnership with the Holistic Wellness Initiative South Sudan and with additional support from its Freight Truth Africa, has officially handed over another substantial food consignment to Stone International Church in Juba. The support is expected to benefit more than 1,500 orphans currently under the church's care. The humanitarian intervention is implemented under the Office of the Senior Presidential Envoy on Special Programs, led by Adut Salva Kiir Mayardit, who also serves as the founder and chairperson of the Earth Foundation. The latest donation reaffirms Adut's commitment to ensuring that food security remains a central priority, particularly as the year draws to a close and vulnerable communities continue to face heightened challenges. In continued effort to connect with the local community, Tristar signed an agreement to extend their support to the South Sudan Football Federation for another year. Tristar Chief Executive Director Ugene Maine agreed to extend the support of USD 250,000 for payment of a foreign coach, support staff and training kits. Speaking to the media, the Federation's President Francis Amin Michael expressed his gratitude to the Tristar for the great support they are providing to the South Sudan Football Federation.
Today is a wonderful day and is a historic day for us as a South Sudan Football Federation. We are renew our good relationship between South Sudan Football Federation and the Tristar, and we are very happy for the initiative that Tristar has taken over a sponsor for the South Sudan Football Federation, and especially for our national team. This is a wonderful support, and is a great support for the South Sudan Football Federation and even for the whole nations, because the benefits is for the development of football in South Sudan, specific for our national team. We're going to assure you that we will continue to cooperate with you, and we are going to work with you hand to hand to make sure that we'll develop football in South Sudan.
We have renewed the partnership between the South Sudan Football Federation and Tristar to support football in South Sudan for yet another year. And I would like to place on record our heartfelt gratitude to our group Chief Executive Officer, Mr. Eugene Main, for his very generous support of USD 250,000 for the support of football in South Sudan for yet another year. Tristar has been supporting football in South Sudan for the last 5 to 6 years or even longer, and Mr. Eugene believes that supporting sports is very important. Sports is a huge unifier. It unites everyone, motivates and provides a lot of support and injects a lot of motivation to the nation. Winning matches can provide.
And that sports story brings us to the end of our news. From me, Abraham McKenna, and the whole team here, we thank you all for watching. Bye-bye.